Here are some fascinating and sometimes unsettling psychological facts that not too many people know. 1. The human brain can't create new faces in dreams. Every face you see while dreaming belongs to someone you've seen in real life, even if just in passing. Your brain simply acts as a vast storage of faces, recycling them in your dreams. 2. There's a psychological phenomenon called the call of the void, that brief, unexplained urge to jump from high places, even though you have no actual desire to die. Psychologists believe it might be your brain's way of appreciating life by briefly considering its alternative. 3. Stockholm Syndrome isn't actually a recognized psychological condition. The term came from a single incident and has been largely misunderstood and overused in popular culture. Many psychologists argue it's more a media creation than a real syndrome. 4. Your mind can trick you into false memories through something called confabulation, where your brain fills in memory gaps with completely fabricated details that you'll swear are true. This is why eyewitness testimony is often unreliable. 5. There's a condition called Paris syndrome, primarily affecting Japanese tourists, where people become severely distressed when Paris doesn't match their idealized expectations. Some visitors even require psychiatric hospitalization. 6. The bystander effect becomes stronger in virtual environments. People are actually less likely to help someone in distress if they're in a group chat or online forum than if they're alone. 7. Your brain can't tell the difference between physical and social pain. Brain scans show that social rejection activates the same neural pathways as physical injury, which is why emotional pain can feel physically painful. 8. There's a phenomenon called semantic satiation, where repeating a word many times causes it to temporarily lose all meaning to your brain. It's your neurons becoming fatigued from repetitive firing. 9. The Tetris effect occurs when people spend so much time doing something that it begins to pattern their thoughts, mental images, and dreams. Originally noticed in people who played Tetris, it can happen with any repetitive activity. 10. Studies have shown that groups of people can develop shared delusions, known as folie à deux when it's two people, or mass psychogenic illness in larger groups. This explains some historical cases of mass hysteria. 11. Perhaps most disturbing is the Asch conformity experiments, finding that about 37% of people will deny obvious reality if everyone else in the room does, showing how powerfully social pressure can override our own senses. 12. The doorway effect. When you walk through a doorway and instantly forget why you entered the room. Your brain actually treats doorways as event boundaries, essentially creating a mental divider that makes it harder to recall thoughts from the previous room. 13. Eigengrau. The dark gray color your eyes see in complete darkness, because your brain refuses to see pure black. Your visual neurons keep firing even in total darkness, creating a uniform dark gray instead of blackness. 14. The overview effect is a cognitive shift reported by astronauts when seeing Earth from space for the first time. They experience a profound change in awareness and report feeling a deep connection to all humanity and a changed perception of our planet's fragility. 15. Jamais vu, the opposite of déjà vu, where familiar things suddenly feel foreign. For example, stare at a common word long enough, and it might suddenly look bizarre and unfamiliar, as if you're seeing it for the first time. 16. The Makolov effect, a visual illusion that can last for months or even years after just a few minutes of exposure. It causes you to see colored after images on black and white striped patterns, demonstrating how easily our visual processing can be permanently altered. 17. Aphantasia, the inability to create mental images in your mind. Some people literally can't picture things in their head, and many don't realize this is unusual until well into adulthood. 18. The frequency illusion, or Baader-Meinhof phenomenon, when you learn about something new and suddenly start seeing it everywhere. Your brain was filtering out these instances before, but now it's tuned to notice them. 19. Thought broadcasting, the temporary sensation that others can hear your thoughts, often experienced during sleep deprivation or high stress. It's surprisingly common and usually harmless, despite how unsettling it feels. 20. The Troxler effect. Stare at a fixed point long enough, and objects in your peripheral vision will slowly fade and disappear because your brain stops processing unchanging visual information. 21. Mondegreens, when your brain mishears song lyrics or phrases, then stubbornly continues to hear them wrong even after learning the correct version. It's named after a woman who misheard "laid him on the green" as Lady Mondegreen in a Scottish ballad. 22. Time-space synesthesia, where people literally see time as a spatial construct around them. January might appear to their left, December to their right, creating a physical calendar they can navigate in their mind. 23. The mirror effect, where looking at your reflection in dim light for an extended period can cause you to see monstrous distortions of your face. It happens because your brain struggles to maintain a stable image in low light conditions. If you enjoyed these facts, please like and subscribe because I'll be honest, we've got so much more along the way.